Have you got a nasty habit of using shed loads of filters to filter through your various different data in make.com? Does it kind of look like this, where you've got 1,000 different options for them to run down, and then it gets really, really hectic? Well, let's play something out. We've got a bunch of orders here with varying degrees of value. And we want to say if that order value is above 20, it's a high ticket item. If it's not, it's a low ticket order. So we've built out the logic that I think most people would follow, which is 2 filters here with a filter on it saying order value greater than 20 and this one lower than 20. So if we run that, we're going to get a good output. High ticket because it was above 20, low ticket because it was below 20. Okay, so that's fine, but that could get very complicated. And also we're sending logic down different runs, so we could end up building this out and this could become massive. Well, what if there was a different way of doing that? And that's using the if function in make.com. So the first thing when we look at the different options here that I want you to understand concept wise is this. When we're using the if function, if a condition is matched or is equal to or is less than, return value, else return value. So just remember that when we're working through this, that's the logic we're going to follow. So we've got our order value, we've got our search rows module here, and we're pulling in this data here, the order IDs and the order values. Okay, so how can we build an if function to return the same logic? So let's talk about this. We've got an if function. Now you can access the if function by typing in if here, or if you prefer, you can actually just type in if, open bracket, close bracket, and it will pop it in there for you. So we've got if order value greater than 20. So that's our logic. If the order value is greater than 20, and instead of a greater than symbol, we could use an equal to symbol, or we could use and or a few different other functions. Then, so if the order value is greater than 20, then use that as then, return high ticket, else return low ticket. Yep. And if we run that, we're going to get the same output, high ticket and low ticket. But now we've not got a complicated filter system with them going down lots of different runs. All right, so that's example 1. Let's have now a look at another example here, which is lead score. So I want you to imagine you're running a business, you've got B2B sales, you've got leads coming in, and you want to categorize those sales as whether they're warm leads, hot leads, where your time needs to be spent. So we've got 2 columns here, company size and budget. Okay, so how many people and the budget of that business. This time what we're going to have a look at is a slightly more complicated logic. Now, don't be intimidated by that. It's not that complicated at all. So let's walk this through. If the company size is greater than 500, and so we've got another option here, the budget is greater than 1,000, return hot lead. So if we look at our data here, we know that this one is greater than 500. And we also know that the budget is greater than 1,000. So that's our hot lead. But imagine you've got rows and rows and rows of data, or you want this to be assigned automatically as the lead comes in, we can use the logic. Now we have what's called a nested function. So that's an if. We haven't used a bracket here. We've left this function open and it's nested. And then we're saying else if the company size is greater than 100 or the budget is greater than 2,500, then it's a warm lead. Else it's a cold lead. So think about this for a second. Which one of these are we going to categorize as warm and cold? Sorry, warm, hot, or cold? So this time, let's run that logic. So we knew the first one was above 500, above 1,000, so it's a hot. This one was below 500, but above 1,000, so it's warm. This one, let's have a look at our logic here. Why is this one a warm lead? Let's have a little look. Let's cross-reference here. So if the company size is above 100, it's above 100. So a great piece of logic for categorizing leads as hot, warm, or cold. All right, now let's build one together. All right, so now you've got a CRM system. You've got 2 columns. You've got gender, female, male, and you've got emails. And this one I've purposely left blank, just we might not always get the gender. And what we want to do here, and email output is kind of contrived, but we want to call anyone who's a female, madam, and anyone's a male, sir. All right, or else we're just going to call them friend. All right, so let's build this together. So we got sir or madam, so we're now referencing this sheet here, and we want to put in column C, so we got if brackets, and then we've got gender, and we're going to say equals male, then call them sir, else if gender female, equals female, return madam. Did I spell madam? Madam. Else friend. And because we've got a nested if, we need a second bracket here. So if we've done that correctly, we're going to get an output in column C of madam, sir, and friend. Let's see what we get. Madam, sir, and friend. So there we've just built out what could be actually potentially 3 different filter routes into one, which is really, really efficient. And you can get really advanced with this logic. So guys, that's the if function in make.com. That's a basic introduction to it. Have a go, cut down the number of filters you need, and good luck.